Alright, it's me again. Here's another walk and talk, different camera. So who knows? It's actually a little waterproof camera. I don't know about that, but we'll find out, I guess, won't we? Eventually. Anyway, kind of cooler weather. And, just stress everywhere. Stress. Yeah, the internet is so stressful. And real life is really stressful. People suck. So irritating. I really can't go into it because they might be listening. Yeah, they might be listening. The people. Yes, but I'm talking about you. That's right, I'm talking about you, listener. Yeah, that's probably not you. It's probably the other people. Driving me nuts. Anyway, that's not the subject. The subject is, alright, we all have this thing, this theory of life. Theory of life. We have to come up with titles for this thing, this grand encompassing philosophy thing. And you watch these people talking on the internet and you're just like, what the fuck are they talking about? But then some of them are cute, and so it doesn't matter. I did notice that Matt did a video, posted one, cute chick. Yeah, he's with this cute chick doing this, but it was just the wackiest crap, and you're saying this guy's going to get a doctorate in something? I mean, come on. Mother Earth is now Lover Earth. Yeah. The irony. Oh, cardinal again. We're basically fucking the Earth now. And what? You just think we're doing it the wrong way. We're being too rough. So yeah, we got to play some James Brown or something. Change the music. Get a different attitude. Yeah, you gotta love her the right way. But anyway, that's all side issue. But yeah, cute chicks are distracting. That's a subject in itself. Right next to the theory of life is cute chicks are distracting. Anyway, theory of life stuff. Yeah. So I was thinking about this whole thing. The Puro thing, the debate on the internet thing, the how do we elevate human conversation? How do we do something that matters, that has some kind of depth to it, in an environment where, unfortunately, the other humans just couldn't care less. They're not interested. Their theory of life is, just do it, man, or dude, chill, or I don't know, we'll just make it up. Yeah, if the truth doesn't serve your purposes, we'll just make up one that does. If you can imagine it, you can live it. Or some kind of crap like that. I mean, just drivel. Life is a journey, not a destination. Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's just all this drivel. I mean, how can you this is a theory of life? This drivel? Lover Earth? I mean, we're still not mature enough to get past all these metaphors and to start just saying things explicitly and directly. I mean, the human race still can't handle a real conversation about reality. Like, okay, matter, yeah, okay, no special sauce whatsoever. It's just kind of dry, and yeah, it's got these simple elements to it, simple properties. A few of these forces bind it all together. Yeah, no hand of God or Bubba or Fred, or there's just no hand of anything in here. Yeah, it's just complication. I think it's close enough to a word. So maybe I'll bend this to, but obviously a theory of life is also going to be complicated by the fact that there are different truths that we aren't certain of. I mean, there are a few. But, we have the game for the human being. We know where the chessboard came from. And we know how the pieces evolved. And we know how the gameplay is we know the rules. You know, rooks can do this and bishops can do that. We have all that kind of crap. We know what natural selection is up to here. The pattern of its madness can be seen. The madness of its madness. So yeah, it's not really up for debate or conversation. That should sort of be a premise of conversation. Anyway, I threw it in there just for fun. I was almost a purposeful one. It really wasn't. Anyway, oh, whoops. Stepped right into that one, didn't I? Okay, moving on then. Segueing to the alternative conversational point. So, we have this deterministic universe thing. That's one of these theory of life things in competition with the life is a journey, not a destination, is the fact that it's a deterministic universe. That all the little bits are all doing their little bitty thing, and they don't have like a road map. You know, they're going, oh, I have to go left here, or Gary will turn around and go, so I better go left, or Gary will do something incredibly silly. Yeah, they're all doing their thing. You know, they have a requirement to obey the material universe's rules. They're all on a track, so to speak. You know, a forced directional thingy, a destiny that they're going to head for. And they don't get to read the map wrong or turn left instead of right and do any of that kind of crap. And so then you would look at this world that's all conflicticated and you say, how the hell did that happen? I mean, man, it's all complicated. How did it get so complicated? And, well, the answer is kind of easy, right? Because any complication provides the room for insane amounts of complication given time. So once the universe does 1 + 1 = 2, I mean, once it combines something and it does it in a manner that is consistent with the function or pattern of the universe, that meaning that it's not some kind of bizarre, completely insanely improbable event, then all you need is time. And it'll happen again and again and again. And the 2 + 2 will go 2 + 2 right next to something else going 2 + 2, and then it'll end up being 4 + 4, and 6 + 6, and 8 + 8, and the odd numbers are on vacation. Anyway, yeah, that's what'll happen. It'll just keep piling on additions. Just keep adding more stuff. And that's what this has done over billions and billions and billions of years. It's added just more 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2. It's just kept doing it. And that's how you got all this stuff, because it's in preposterous amounts of it, but there's preposterous amounts of time. And yeah, that's, you know, and the thing is that the logic we're revealing in you know, doing our life philosophy thing, our theory of life belief systems, is you're looking at it and you're saying, what are the patterns here? What are we gleaning from this, and what are we living even? And we can see that it's all based on this, you know, thing, attraction repulsion force, which I've pointed out before. And I guess I could almost argue that the only force is the repulsion force, really. Attraction's an illusion. Things are always running from a state to another state. They're not going, they're running. And you know, that's sort of how electricity's working. It's directional and all that kind of crap. The stuff is being pushed, not pulled, one could argue. And that's the nature of it. So there is only the negative condition, and all the positives are just relative to the negative condition, and less negative. Yeah, less harmful, less. There's less. It's like air pressure. There's less air pressure, the plane rises to where there's less pressure. That's what's happening. The lift is being created by creating a distortion in the air pressure. So there's more pressure below the wing than above the wing. So the plane gets lifted, vertically, because there's less pressure. And that's the mechanism of matter. It's a function of the matter. And we're just, in a way, an expression of that function, in that we are getting from here to there. We are moving and attempting to go from more pressure to less pressure, to go from harassed to at peace. However, you pick your own words for it. From discomfort to comfort, from stress to unstressed. And that's how the games are all played. That's how it's all played for everything. And the catch with us, like the math thing, most things are just doing 1 + 1 = 2. See, this rock is just doing, I'm here, you applied pressure, you made me move. It's just doing a 1 + 1 kind of math. Us, we have all this neurology, and that neurology is reinterpreting all the influences of the environment, all the energy, and it's applying a pressure to specific things, so that you could argue that the sun heats this rock every day, but it's not enough to make it move or do something particular. It can't store it, it can't do anything really constructive. But with our brain, we can focus energy. Our neurons can focus it, and then it could create a bit of the rock that pushes down and turns the rock over. And the rock could learn how to move that way, because it would acquire a reflex mechanism connected to an arm that would simply push it and push it and push it and move it in a direction that it theorized through other neurology, other addition and math it did, that would be a better state for it to be in. That would be better for it to be over there instead of over there, and so it moves over there. And then that perception, that mechanics, would just be a mathematical function in essence. And that's sort of what we are doing. When we apply logic, we're essentially doing a kind of value math. We're judging a circumstance, we're imagining possible scenarios, and then we're choosing one based on how well it matches the math, how much of an equal sign we can apply to that scenario with an ideal, with a everything works out and everybody lives happily ever after. And if we can't, so we're just trying to find something that has the close enough to being equal to the best case scenario that we can imagine. And and then we have, it certainly gets more complicated than that, in that we have trade-offs. You have short-term interest versus long-term interests, and these are really hard to judge. Is it better to be alive and melancholy for 60 years, or happy and comfortable for 30 years? These are value judgments that become a little harder to do the math on. The numbers are getting bent and are a little crooked, and it's hard to say, because we don't have this definitive values to judge them by. And that's almost how I argue about the life thing itself. It's probably a good analogy for it. It's critical to evaluating those two circumstances of mediocrity and perfection, let's say, or maximized comfort, is how much value do you place on merely time? And how long you live, I have always argued, is kind of irrelevant. It's the game happens on this present scale, this is the journey part of that silly metaphor that has some value in recognizing, is that the past is dead, the present is all that really exists, and it really doesn't matter how long the present lasts. I mean, if time went twice as fast, or if it went twice as slow, you live to be 200 years versus 100 years, you'd still have the same relative comparison problem. You'd still be able to imagine 400 years and say, I'm only living half as long as I should. So really, the quality element is the most important element. The length isn't as important. So in doing that math on that simple question of 60 years of mediocrity versus 30 years of something twice as good as mediocrity, let's say, I think you could logically argue that the 30 years is the more sensible choice, because it has something, the real value component is bigger for it, because it has less of that negative to taint it. And the time is kind of irrelevant. It's not really a meaningful variable, where quality is a meaningful variable. Yeah, well, whatever. That's getting into the minutia, and I want to do the big picture thing, theory of life thing. So, but anyway, I think there's something of value to glean from this video, so I suggest you do it. And stop being an asshole. Ooh, look at all them. It's a herd of bugs. Yeah, a swarm of them. A school of bugs. The lesson for today is, stay the fuck away from me. Anyway, gotta teach them right. Yeah, so yeah, the videos. Oh, whoa, another herd. Herd of bugs. Anyway, I inhaled one of the little bastards the other day. Tried to get in my lungs, but I expectorated him. Anyway. Oops, I did again. Anyway. Problematic math going on in my brain. The anyway number keeps flying out. So, yeah, I almost tried to do it again. So, I'll try so. That's not a very good replacement. Moving forward, till the next time and such, and so forth and whatnot. And until, yeah, whatever. Till whatever. That's all I got to say. Oh, God. Yeah, I just don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be doing this. I can imagine other states of being and desire them. I'm gonna go join the bugs. Anyway, oh, darn it. So till the next time and such, the grass is growing. That's gonna be good news. See, it's getting kind of greeny looking. Those are like little grassy things there. There's little grassy things here. So there's something happening. So till next time and such, so forth and whatnot. Yeah, camera, but it's me walking home video. Yep, nothing to really add. Yeah, really. I should add something. Kind of, pleasant evening here. Yeah, Upper Cheshire over there. Yep. Anyway, yeah, lament. YouTube, the way it changes. But it doesn't really. It doesn't. Yeah, really. Yeah. I don't know, and everybody's just whacked. I mean, there's not much else to say. Everybody on planet Earth is crazy, except for me. Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it turned out. I happen to be the sane one. And the rest of you, minus a couple, there's a couple of people who get it. But otherwise, yeah, you're all batshit crazy. And you prove it all the time. I mean, Fake Sagan proved it the other day. Did a video responding to Paul's ego. And he defined his two heroes. And one of them was Jack Kevorkian, and you say, hey, way to go, Fakey. Way to get one right. And then he goes and says Timothy McVeigh. And you're just like, what? I mean, come on. Aren't you just kind of insulting Jack Kevorkian by sticking him in a category with Timothy McVeigh? I mean, Timothy McVeigh blew up a bunch of innocent people, and kids and shit, because the FBI negotiated with a fucking child molesting, armament collecting lunatic for 6 months. Yeah, that was the FBI's penalty for playing around with this asshole. And, they made a mistake. Yeah, you don't negotiate with some asshole for 6 months just to burn them all down. So, I mean, Timothy McVeigh was a lunatic. A fucking lunatic. And he's probably a racist lunatic and a child molesting lunatic. And you're going to put him in the category with Jack Kevorkian. I mean, if I was Jack Kevorkian, I don't think I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'd rather forgo the honorable mention if you're going to put me at the table with a bunch of unhonorable assholes. And, yeah. Well, anyway. But there's just an example, How can somebody understand the integrity of a Jack Kevorkian and not understand the fucktarded stupidity, the moronic insanity of a Timothy McVeigh? I mean, the two have nothing to do with each other. One works so hard to build civilization, and the other one has nothing constructive to do but bitch, complain, and blow shit up. I mean, just insanely insane. Because why? Oh, because we won't allow states' rights. Yeah, because we won't allow the United States to become the Balkans and allow our fucktards in the South to, go back to their old primitive ways. Oh, what a crime. Just amazing. So anyway, you just say, what the hell am I talking to? How do you communicate with people? I mean, Fake Sagan's one of the educated. I mean, he knows big words. He knows the names of fancy philosophers. He's actually read some shit. And he's whacked enough to pull Timothy McVeigh out of some sort of hat and say, look at this guy, he's cool. What? You're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, if Timothy McVeigh had actually done some real hard work, and really struggled for justice and got horribly treated and, got screwed over, you might be able to make a justification, but that's not his history. And, people wouldn't buy enough of his right-wing loony, pamphlets, and so he decided, I gotta blow up the government because they're not letting that religious nut write his secret scrolls. Yeah, they're not letting him freely molest all his children. His 11-year-old is just about to give birth. How dare they interrupt the beautiful process, of father-daughter love. Yeah. Yeah, hero. What a hero. Yeah. Whatever. There's just nothing to say. But I said it anyway. Anyway, that's not what I meant to say. I didn't mean to talk about that bullshit. I was supposed to be talking about big subjects. There's no point in talking about big subjects because there's no one to talk to them with. There's no big subject capable brains in the world. They all get tripped up on simple stuff like, what's the thing? We better study it for a while and figure it out. Anybody got a thing theory? Are things things, or are things happening? Are things events? Events? Is an event a thing? Oh, God. Holy shit, are we in trouble? Oh, we're gonna have to analyze all these words. Is wet? Is dirt? Yeah. This non-sticky lens. Anyway. Yeah, we can't figure all that out. Ooh. Mystery. No, there's no mysteries. Yeah, there really isn't anything complicated happening here. It really is dirt simple. And if you just stop, don't let all the hysterical, wacky people get to your brain, you can sort of get it. Yeah, you know, the matter just condensates in the universe to little driplets, and just like little driplets leave little marks on the wall or something because they get minerals in them and they get little scum. Yeah, well, we're like the scum in the driplet. Yeah, and we're leaving a little bit of a mark here in the driplet. We're making the driplet less than transparent. So now, you know, giving the driplet a little bit of color. Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's not all, but I mean, it's all. That's our origin. The fact that we're all full of brainy crap, that's a whole nother subject. But again, it's not mysterious. We have all these faculties of consciousness and psychology, desire and all that crap. We have all that stuff because they're functional tools. They make organisms do the survival of the fittest thing. They make them fight. They make them run the wheel, so to speak. And that's why we have them. And they're good. Some of them are good tools. Because you can catch more flies, so to speak. Dinner flies or whatever. With honey than vinegar. See, you can understand things like that. You don't need, big, giant, sharp teeth, because you can use your, small but sharp little brain and cut other things to pieces with that, because you suck. Yeah, that's all you're doing. We're all just salmon swimming the stream. We're all just, whatever. Fungus. We're all just eking it. There's sort of pretty little flowering tree over there. Kind of purple. Purple. Anyway, I think that's about it. Yeah, let's see if I have any other big subjects. Yeah, so again, how to communicate, what to communicate, how to drag the human race into the game of communicating, conversation, dealing with the truth, dealing with evolution. How do you get people to focus on this stuff, to understand the profound importance of it, that everything we do now will decide what the future does. We're deciding the options it will have. Right now, we're loading the future's gun, so to speak, and we want to make sure we put good shit in there. We don't want it to be firing the future to be firing blanks or duds. We want to have done our job. And that ought to interest people. People ought to say, oh shit, that's important then. Maybe we ought to take this life thing seriously. We ought to talk about this a while and see if we can figure out a rock solid, beyond a reasonable doubt description of this here reality. Because all the future is dependent on it. Billions and billions and billions of human future beings will be totally dependent on what we do. So maybe we ought to take it seriously. But even Carl Sagan couldn't get him to take it seriously. Yeah, just for a few minutes, for a half hour on whatever, Sunday night, they could take it seriously. That was about it. That was off to the same old debauchery. Yeah, so, yeah, it's depressing. It is depressing. Interesting. It is depressing. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So what else? So yeah, gotta work on a strategy, blah blah blah. I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. I gotta take a nap. I gotta get out of here. It's just so much people. It's just impossible. This is just an impossible. These days are impossible. Too many things to do, too few hours to do them. Just isn't working. I have to come up with a plan. Either I have to stop time, or I need some clones of myself or something. But nothing like that is going to happen, so I just sort of shut up. I'm just going to have to work it out somehow. Wow. Everybody's going to scowl at me. What are you going to do? Yeah, too bad. Scowl away, fuckers. Guess that solves the problem for now. Can't do any better than I'm doing. That's the sad truth. I really am. I'm really running on whatever I got. This is all I got. It really is about 2 cylinders. About half the man I used to be. Yeah. Getting old sucks. Yeah. Getting what else sucks? It just sucks. Just to, realization sucks. It sucks just to realize that. Oh fuck. These people are impossible to talk to. Damn. I always thought there was something else at fault. Thought I was just not doing it right. But after all these years, you gotta figure, yeah, it's just not me not doing it right. These people ain't right. You can't do them right. They're undoable. They're just too stupid. Yeah. Ow. That hurt. Anyway. Yeah, sorry, I sort of have wasted a bit of your time here. But, yeah, but, sorry. That's all I can do is say sorry. Alright, I'll let it go. Gotta go up the hill now. Hill. Holy shit, it's all the way uphill. No, it's not that steep. It feels steep. Right, this part especially. Yeah, this is the especially steep part. Anyway. So till later, doke. And such. So forth. Whatnot. Oh, the tree climb. Alright. I'm stopping. Oh, I should say some thank yous. Yeah, thank you for the cigarette. Somebody sent me a pack of cigarettes. It was really good. I was hoping it would last a week or something, but yeah, that was a silly hope. But yeah, boy, they were good. Wish I had one left. But no, such luck. And a couple bags of potato chips, which is nice. And French guy sent me some more stuff, I think. I got the package today, so I have to open it. But I think it's more chestnuts ground into edibles. Edible chestnuts. Yeah, they're pretty hard to eat on their own, but I like the powdered version. Anyway, very nice of them and such. Thank you to all. And whatever. I'm sorry I'm I'm not very good at the thank you thing, but I do appreciate it. You have helped make the struggle more struggleable. No, that's not the right way to put it. Less of a struggle. There you go. So I appreciate it. Yeah, see? Warm. See? It gives me a little warm feeling. Yeah. I had to paint a pink bedroom today. Pink! So I turned it into peach. So, just so I didn't have to go crazy. So it's officially peach, I say. But, pink. Yeah, just don't get along with pink. That's really way pointless. I get along with yellow even less. But, whatever. And such. And so forth and whatnot. Oh, God. Go, legs, go. Not much further. Come on, you can do it. So, till next time. I smell fire. Oh, neighbor's probably smoking some fishes or something. Anyway, until next time. Oh, come on, legs, go. Supposed to have a package. There's a package. Yeah. Okay, till next time.